It's 7:51 at KNEB News Extra, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. I'm Dennis Ernest. You're going to see a big crowd over at the Gering Civic Center later on today. The Fair Housing Conference is going on. We have two guests with us this morning. Joe Wilson, he's out of the St. Louis EEOC office, and Kitty Amaya out of Omaha in the Fair Housing office there. Welcome back to the program. Kitty, tell us about this conference coming up today.
The conference is an annual conference that the Scottsbluff Housing Authority Executive Director has spearheaded, and it is an opportunity for the public, free, to be able to listen to and learn about fair housing, discrimination, not only what to do about it if you feel it's been done to you, but what to do about it if you feel someone is telling you about it. And that's our focus. HUD's presence today is going along with the mission that we have for this year's theme for fair housing, which is the 47th annual anniversary for the Fair Housing Act. And that is, fair housing is your right. Use it, but you have to be able to know how to use it. And like we talked about this morning, a presence in Western Nebraska is just as important as a presence anywhere else, and want to be able to teach Western Nebraska about discrimination laws today.
I suspect it is not bold-faced discrimination. How does it work most of the time?
Oftentimes, I think people feel like something that they just have a gut feeling.
Something's not right.
Exactly, but oftentimes they don't know what to do about it. They'll tell a friend, they'll tell their mother, and if they do something about it, they feel like, well, if I tell an agency, I won't be able to prove it. And that's where the investigative process comes in. HUD, and Joe will tell you about Equal Opportunity Commission, being able to find that silent evidence, if you will, about what really did happen. What were their policies? Did they really not rent to you because of your national origin, or was it your credit score? Mm-hmm. Those are the types of things we look at in the investigation process.
Well, it's much simpler. We see a crime, we say, all right, call the police. When this happens, we're not sure who to call.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. We're going to share that information today, and also let people know that, the government's not the bad guy. We are here to help. I want to be, today I want to tell the real estate agents and the community members and the advocacy agencies that we can collaborate together for preventive, so that we don't always have to come out in an investigative manner.
Kitty Amaya with us. We're going to talk with Joe Wilson right after this.
Making a living, making things grow is a hard life, but it's a good life. A lot of what you know, you learned from your father, and then you taught it to your son. Now he's teaching your grandson. Generation to generation, a legacy of making things grow. That's the way it is around here. We're proud to be a part of it. First State Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
On the KNEB News Extra program, I'm Dennis Ernest, and we're visiting about the Fair Housing Conference coming up today over at the Gering Civic Center. And Kitty, this starts at 9?
It starts at 8:30.
8:30.
Registration's still open.
Okay, so folks can come on by and be a part of that. Joe, you're out of the St. Louis area?
Yes, I am. I'm with the Equal
Would you pull that mic up closer to you there? Sorry about that. I should have checked on that.
I'm with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and we actually enforce the employment discrimination laws that prevent discrimination against employees based on their race, sex, religion, age, national origin, and disability. And though we are dealing with employment, not housing, we do work closely with our state and local agencies, and one of those is the Nebraska Equal Opportunity Commission, and they propose that we partner with them this year on the housing conference so we can add an employment aspect. So individuals that are interested in employment discrimination can also get outreach and education on those issues as well.
Okay. How prevalent of an issue is it for us?
It's quite prevalent.
Really?
And that's why EEOC is here in Western Nebraska. We don't often reach this area. We often come to Omaha and Lincoln, and we don't have a actual area office in the state of Nebraska. So we are making efforts to reach the Nebraska area, particularly Western Nebraska, and that's why I'm here today. And we do get a fairly large number of charges that are filed every year in our district in St. Louis, and including in the state of Nebraska. And so one of our goals is to educate and provide outreach to employers and employees so we can possibly prevent discrimination from happening, so there won't have to be an investigation or litigation. And that's one of our goals at EEOC.
You know, a lot of times there's a poster in the workroom, and a lot of people don't go further than that to educate themselves on these issues.
Correct. I mean, those are required by law that every employer have the EEO posters. And many employers, particularly smaller employers, don't have all the knowledge or education on what to do when you get, for instance, a harassment complaint. What is the proper way to address that when harassment occurs in the workplace? And what are the ways you can prevent harassment by having, for instance, a sexual harassment policy or a general harassment policy? And that's what we want to educate employers about, and the employees as well, on how to deal with issues that if they feel they've been discriminated against or if they've been harassed in the workplace, what should they do?
Doing nothing is probably not the right answer. And I think if you don't know, that's sometimes our go-to position is to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So again, the public is this all open to the public today, or is it partly broken down for just professionals?
There are sessions in the morning that people can come to, or if after lunch, it will be easy for them to attend. We have sessions, concurrent sessions going all day with regard to employment law as well as housing law. And again, it is free to the public, and it begins at 8:30. But they can come in the afternoon as well if that's more convenient for them.
Okay. And I know in the past this has drawn a lot of folks.
Oh, yeah. Nancy has made sure that people in the Panhandle know about it, and people from all over, you know, whether you're an advocate or a community member or in the industry and want to know how to do it right. You know, I've been here for the last, 3 or 4 years, and we get some good questions, and people are wanting to do the right thing, making sure that their policies are representing fair and equitable housing. So I appreciate that.
We brought you a little better weather this time.
I really thought it would be warmer, but yeah, there's no snow, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I know one year you were a little dicey getting you out of here one time.
Yeah.
So, welcome back. Have a great conference. Should be very
you.
interesting today. Joe Wilson and Kitty Amaya, thanks for coming by.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.